The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here we go.
They'll start by running the option to the right. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
And Lance again going to keep it.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
The Eagles at 6 and 2 to start play. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play to just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They go play action with Hurts.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's Swift.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Throwing is Hurts.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. No score after run on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. The sneak, it's Hurts, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jalen Hurts, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. 4th and goal, and they just tell the leader of this offense to sneak it in there, and he got it done.
Yeah, all you're trying to do is follow the wedge that's created in front of you. Center, guards, tackles. Just get low, fire out, and you get low right behind them and get it over the goal line.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Elliott now to kick this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, caught at the 26.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the 49ers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, they certainly got dented with that 1st down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Lance looking to throw it.
Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Marr able to put this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.
Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll try it now with Swift. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And that will keep this a 4-point.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because of the draft route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts. This one complete down the field to Goddard.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Back to the running game with Swift.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Complete. Smith has it.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Hurts.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, the next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Now here comes Ayuk on the jet sweep. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Able to slither by. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the option going right. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Here's Lance to throw it. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
Lance going to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now on 2nd and 13, Lance, and he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Ready.
Desperation time here. Lance.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort.
The Eagles on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
Throwing now is Lance.
They'll drop it off to McCaffrey. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now Lance.
Over the middle, complete. That's Shepard. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
To throw, it's Lance. Pass complete, Samuel.
Touchdown, 49ers! Deebo Samuel, 72 yards.
And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it. As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on two-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more. Jarvis Landry! 30, 10, 5, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. And the Eagles are looking as if they'll move it to 7-2 as they add on to this lead.
A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. So Lance and the Niners
Down by 12. A minute 35 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Lance now on 1st down. Finding Samuel.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
On 1st down, Lance. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Lance.
And this will be incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
38.
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Shotgun now for Lance.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Let's go.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
And Lance now to throw.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. So it's a victory.